Hello and welcome to WJTS Inform. We are meeting the candidates who are running for office. And on the Democrat ticket in the primary, we have a race contested in the Dubois County Council District number 3. The current incumbent is Barbara Mathies, and we're going to meet Barbara in this edition of WJTS Inform. Barbara, first of all, tell us about yourself.
Well, I am a public servant. I am definitely into volunteering. I've been volunteering in the county since my 20 years in the county, 21 years. And when Iraq veterans were, Iraqi soldiers were in combat, I had a daycare, and I was offering free daycare for any spouses in need of daycare. So I was very proud to do that. That was something that was necessary at the time. It was such a hardship on our county soldiers that I was proud to do that. I've been the breastfeeding peer counselor for Dubois County for 10 years. I served in that position, and I still get calls today, and even sometimes at night, helping young women and even sometimes older women learn how to breastfeed successfully. And it's not we don't come with manuals, so I did that through the WIC office for 10 years, and I'm proud of that. I love this county. It's where I had my first child. At 43, I had my first child with Randy Mathies, and our son Duncan now is a freshman at IU and doing very well, and we're very proud of him. And I am now currently employed at Dubois County Habitat for Humanity Restore, and that's another. It's not volunteer. I get paid for that, but it's such a pleasure helping people out in the community. These are not houses given away. They're earned. They're paid for by the homeowners, and Habitat floats the loan on that. So, and then the Restore itself, everything that's donated there is sold and then given to the Habitat for Humanity to help pay for these homes. So I'm very, very proud to be a part of that organization as well. So I'm a community volunteer. I'm a public servant, and I want to also add that I come from a long line of public servants. My 9th great grandfather was the first elected official in this country. He came over on the Mayflower, and Governor William Bradford, John Carver was the governor who was appointed, and when he died 3 years after landing at Plymouth Rock, my ancestor was elected first governor of Massachusetts, of Plymouth Bay Colony.
Okay.
So I come from a long line of public servants.
Now, you are currently on the county council.
I am.
Why are you running for office again?
Well, it's been such an honor to serve in Scott Canice's position. After he died, I was elected out of 8 people that wanted that position. I was chosen, and I've been serving for the last 2.5 years. I feel that I am very, not necessarily qualified, but I understand what the needs of our county citizens are. I am the District 3, and that's Birdseye, Jefferson, Jackson, Schnellville, Celestine. And they get a lot less attention than Jasper, Ferdinand, Huntingburg, and the major cities. But they are definitely part of, sometimes people have told me that from Birdseye, they don't feel like they're even, they feel like people think that they're a part of Dubois County. But I definitely serve them as well as I would anybody else, and I'm proud to do so.
What are issues or concerns that you think the county council is going to face in the coming 4 years, and how would you address those?
Well, I am addressing them right now, and one of the major things that I feel strongly about is the community corrections. We're having some financial difficulty with the community corrections program, and it is such a valuable asset to our county. These are our people in there. They're not shipped in from someplace else. They are not bad people. They are people who have made some bad decisions, and it's not that they're not necessarily paying their fees that they're behind. The insurance has been paid for by the corrections, the community, excuse me, I have a cold, so, is paid for by community corrections program itself. And they're asking us now to take that over because insurance prices have raised so dramatically in the last 13 years that it's been operating that they've carried that weight. And now they're asking us to help out with that. And I think that's not an unreasonable request, since it's probably 900% it's gone up. It is the participants in this program, they pay their child support when they have jobs to work release. They're able to pay their taxes through employees. That is one part of it, but they volunteer in the community. Last year alone, the corrections did over $100,000 worth of community service hours, volunteer hours, and Cabby O'Neill Gym could not have been built the way it was without that. That's at a minimum of $7.35 an hour. That would be way over $900,000 that was given back to the community. So there's many things that there's not understood about the community corrections. It's published that they're behind, they're a drag, but there's so much more to it than that. And I think if people saw all the issues about it, they would realize this is such a valuable program. So I'm definitely working with that, and I have been since last fall, and trying to find a solution for all parties involved, where it's not perceived as a drag, because it certainly is not. That's one issue. And Dubois Strong, it's interesting. This is the anniversary, first 8-year anniversary of the Boston bombing last year at the race. All morning long, it's been Boston Strong, Boston Strong, Boston Strong. Well, we were before that, we're Dubois Strong. And Dubois Strong is something I am passionate about as well. It is not, they're asking for some more money to support, and I am definitely for that. I've had calls saying, this is not what we need to be doing. And I think if people were more informed about the issues on that, this is a program where it helps middle-income people, middle to lower, because they provide loans. These are loans that for entrepreneurs to start businesses to help the whole economy in Dubois County. We are being recognized across the state for our program. We're very fortunate to have Sue Ellspermann as Lieutenant Governor from here, and she understands that. And Becky Skillman, the former Lieutenant Governor, she just praises Dubois Strong all over the place. I was at several meetings with her. And she's the head of Radius, it's called, and that's the umbrella for Dubois Strong and all the economic development organizations throughout Southwest Indiana. And we are praised, and we're really operating on a shoestring. And for Dean Allen Johnson at the University of Vincennes University, is the president of our board, and he's doing such a fabulous job on what we have. Given him more, I just see that going. But it would definitely impact the middle class. Ferdinand has a great entrepreneurial program that they're developing, bringing people into, and most people do not know that this program that's what it's for. It's for Celebration Ice in Jasper, is an example. Keith Fritz Fine Furniture, who I used to work for. The Antique Emporium. I was manager of the Antique Emporium. He has a loan and is paying it back. It's successful, and then the money goes back into and helps other people make loans. And so it helps everybody. If we don't help our county grow now, start getting infrastructure in there, as well as I-60, it's called the Midwest Corridor. That's another thing. It's just like we've got to plan ahead. This is not just 4 years. This is 16. This is many years ahead. If we don't start building the infrastructure now, I'm just not optimistic about just doing things the way they always have been done. It doesn't happen that way in this technological age. So those are the things that I'm focusing on.
Now, before your voice runs out, because you have a terrible cold, which we all understand this time of year, anything that you'd like to say to the voters?
Well, it's been a pleasure. It's been a true pleasure to serve you the past 2.5 years. I feel like I've made some good decisions. One thing in the paper that was sort of mislabeled was that I was proud of a vote against all county employees in getting a merit raise at my first meeting. So. And then it wasn't explained why I was proud of that is because at the very first meeting, I had to vote on a merit raise for all county employees across the state. That was my first meeting. I don't believe you can give yourself a merit raise on your first meeting. I questioned the idea of a merit raise, and across the board, 3% merit raise. Merit deserves something, so I don't know that you can, if it doesn't mean anything, everybody gets it. So I voted no on that. And also after I voted no, when the pay period came around in the next fiscal year, I asked to be excluded from that. So for the first year, I did not accept that raise because there was no merit. Now in the following year, I voted yes because it was called a cost of living raise. everybody has a cost of living. So I had no problem with that. So I want you to know that I'm very conservative with your money as well as I am my own. My husband and I built our own home. It took us 4 years on the property right next to where we live. We had a son, and we had a one-bedroom apartment house. And at that time, after 4 years, he needed to have his own room, so we built our home and we paid for it as it went. So we own our home. I take very seriously the financial responsibility of this county as well as I would of my own. It is my money as well. I am a taxpayer, and I appreciate anybody that would consider helping me to retain my seat in District 3.
Barb, thank you very much. Our guest has been Barbara Mathies. She is a Democrat running in the primary for Dubois County Council District number 3. And remember, when you're voting for the council, you are voting in that district.
Right.
It's not like the commissioners, you're voting for everybody. For council, you vote in your district for people in your district.
Columbia, Hall, Jefferson, Jackson, Ferdinand, and Marion. I mean, not Marion, Matt. Yeah, Marion too, Marion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Barb, thank you very much.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for
Bill.
clearing up where you vote, because it's important that you know. Thank you for watching WJTS Inform. We are local people watching local people.